Artificial intelligence can render sprawling, hyper-realistic worlds on command, but ask it to tell a visual joke, and the illusion usually breaks. That's because while AI understands pixels, it struggles with the invisible rhythms of human pacing. You cannot open up a model like Gemini Veo 3.1, type "make a funny video," and get a coherent punchline. The AI will output motion, but the creator has to manually hard-code the comedic timing into the system. To see how that works, we can look at a specific prompt package designed for a vertical 3D animation about a guy dropping a pastry. It's a blueprint called Structura, Romanian for the cake, and it organizes the generation process into 4 distinct 8-second time blocks. This document strips away the AI's freedom to guess. It forces the model to generate the video one short scene at a time, sequentially locking in the character's actions before moving to the next. By imposing these strict constraints on a neural network, the creators solve a technical problem while exposing the structural mechanics required to build physical comedy from scratch. The entire process starts with a technical prerequisite called Step 0, generating a single reference image of the main character. Feeding this identical image into every scene ensures the character's face and outfit stay perfectly consistent, giving the audience a stable anchor for psychological attachment. Once that attachment is set, we reach the first true pillar of the joke, establishing baseline desire. The prompt dictates that the first 8 seconds must solely feature the character happily buying a cake. It creates a clear, simple goal. Pillar 2 focuses entirely on the concept of escalation. For the next 8 seconds, the AI is instructed to animate the character doing nothing but walking joyfully down the street, holding his prize. Curious, if a piano falls on his head the moment he leaves the bakery, there are 0 stakes. Drawing out this walk forces the audience to sit in a state of growing anticipation. Veo 3.1 naturally limits generations to short bursts. The creator uses the strict 8-second ceiling to their advantage, maximizing the quiet anticipation phase and actively preventing the AI from rushing toward a punchline. Establishing this baseline of uninterrupted happiness is mandatory. Without it, the eventual disaster wouldn't read as a joke. It would simply be random, contextless noise on a screen. The third 8-second block brings us to the subversion. This is the climax of the arc, where a heavy vase suddenly falls from above, causing our character to drop his cake in shock. This animated diagram shows the physics required by the blueprint's negative prompt. The vase must shatter at his feet, completely missing him. If the trajectory intersects his head, the audience registers pain, triggering an empathy spike that kills the humor. But when the object destroys his prized possession instead, the threat is subverted, safely releasing the tension. Visual comedy relies heavily on these razor-thin margins of space and time. It is essentially tragedy that has been averted at the last possible microsecond. The final pillar of the arc is the tag. For the last 8 seconds, the prompt introduces a tiny spider that points and laughs at the character's ruined pastry. This serves a very specific psychological function. Adding insult to injury through a laughing spider purges whatever residual tension the audience is holding onto, inviting them to join in on the schadenfreude. The document also enforces strict audio rules to match this tone. The upbeat pizzicato ukulele track is instructed to stop dead at the moment of the crash in scene 3, and then return with swagger right as the spider starts laughing. This concluding sequence of music and mockery acts as the final binding agent. It transforms a fleeting moment of misfortune into a structurally complete, satisfying joke. This rigidly timed 4-scene structure solves the technical limits of Google's AI models, but its ultimate function is to satisfy the demands of our own biology. These specific 8-second blocks, setup, escalation, subversion, and the tag, mirror the rhythmic beats perfected by Charlie Chaplin and still used in the wordless openings of Pixar shorts today. Creators, regardless of their tools, must abide by the same sequence: setup, escalation, subversion, and punchline. We have progressed from hand-cranked cameras capturing silent film gags to generative models capable of rendering 3D environments from a few typed words. Technology can now generate the pixels with almost 0 friction, yet the human brain remains entirely unchanged, requiring these 4 perfectly engineered stages before it will allow us to laugh.